The province reveals its plan to tackle affordability.
Nearly 3.4 million Albertans will be eligible to receive $100
These one-off things are not solving the affordability crisis of Alberta.
Transforming this vacant lot.
So we're soliciting feedback on a new public park, roadways, mobility.
How you can help shape the space near Westbrook LRT station. And reunited after decades apart.
Oh my goodness, I dreamed of you.
Caught up in the Sixties Scoop, these sisters finally find each other.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Alicia Fieldberg.
Hello and thank you for joining us. The province is handing out $100 to millions of Albertans. Premier Danielle Smith announced a $340 million affordability measure today. As Mark Villani reports, instead of removing the provincial fuel tax, she's offering a one-time payment.
Alberta's premier says rapid population growth, along with higher prices for oil and gas, are putting pressure on the cost of living. It's why instead of cutting the province's 13-cent fuel tax, the UCP government is handing out one-time checks.
Our government recognizes that families are feeling the pinch, which is why we're taking action to put more money back in their pockets.
Starting July 1st, the province says nearly 3.4 million Albertans will be eligible to apply for a one-time $100 payment, dubbed the Alberta Energy Rebate. To qualify, you must be over 18, have filed a tax return, and have a household income under $225,000.
Rather than relying on retailers to pass on the fuel tax relief, this approach will ensure elevated oil revenues deliver real benefits to Albertans, benefits that don't disappear at the pumps.
But is it enough to offset the rising cost of living?
I don't think it's enough, but I'll take it.
Kind of unacceptable. It's sweet to have free money, but $100 goes nowhere these days.
Others accuse the premier of using the funds as a way to buy votes.
This just seems like another little trick on her part.
I was so excited.
The handout is drawing comparison to $400 checks known as Ralph Bucks, distributed by then Premier Ralph Klein back in 2005. That came amid soaring resource revenues, but Klein's senior economist at the time, Moshe Lander, says that money could have been used differently.
You could have effectively eliminated personal income taxes within the province. I think what we ended up with was what was politically popular, but not what was necessarily economically efficient.
But rising oil revenue from the U.S. war with Iran and a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz has given Alberta a major financial boost. Still, the province is dealing with a forecasted $9.4 billion deficit. Alberta's opposition NDP says while the province isn't debt-free or in a surplus, the move is economically irresponsible.
I'm not begrudging giving Albertans a few dollars back. We've been calling for months. But these one-off things are not solving the affordability crisis of Alberta.
Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
Now, economist Moshe Lander said direct payments are often a political choice, not an economic one, because they're highly visible and quickly felt, even if the broader fiscal picture is not addressed. Calgarians met tonight to discuss developmental ideas for the area around Westbrook LRT station. A town hall meeting invited people to share ideas about what they'd like to see in the vacant land near the C-train station. The City of Calgary says it will be building new housing, parks, community spaces, and transit connections in the area. This is the first town hall in the planning stage. The city expects construction to happen in 2029.
Most people are really excited. The site is currently vacant, and so to see development materialized here. And so a lot of the comments are around what the density would look like, what would the built form be, how many units, what would the public park look like.
Next week, the city is holding a virtual open house on June 24th. You can also provide feedback online until July 3rd at westbrookstation.ca. Premier Danielle Smith says a coal mining question will not be added to the October referendum because there's not enough time to put it on the ballot. Last week, Corblund dropped off the petition with Elections Alberta, which has 21 days to verify the signatures. The petition demands an end to new coal mining in the eastern slopes of the Rockies. And the Premier says this citizen initiative petition is complicated with lands rights that need to be considered. Smith previously said she was prepared to put the question in the upcoming referendum if it passed the threshold. But now she says that won't be possible since Elections Alberta set June 1st as the deadline.
This one came in a little bit late in the they still have to validate the signatures. So we're waiting for that validation process. There's multiple elements to this particular proposal, and it could result in a legislative proposal where we bring forward legislation into the legislature, or it could result in a recommendation for a province-wide vote, which would take place in October of 2027.
Elections Alberta says June 1st was the deadline for questions in the 2026 referendum because it needs time to prepare staff, technology, and supplies for the 4.9 million ballot sheets. And we're also getting a shocking new estimate of the price tag for that referendum. A former Alberta chief electoral officer estimates the vote could cost as much as $130 million. Tim Brooke has the details.
One of Alberta's former chief electoral officers has some sky-high cost estimates for October's referendum. 2023's election cost about $37 million. Lauren Gibson says better technology and automation should cut costs in 2026, but this referendum has 10 questions, so 10 times more ballots and ballot boxes than the general election. Elections Alberta has also upped the staffing requirements.
Assuming that we're looking at 60,000 people working in this referendum, that's 4.5 times the number in the last general election.
Gibson's math also accounts for inflation on those salaries and on ballot printing and building rentals.
So if you make those assumptions and consider those factors, we're looking at the fall referendum costing something in the neighborhood of $120 to $130 million.
I can tell you those seem extremely high.
Alberta's finance minister wouldn't give us a number, but he insists it's not that one.
So we'll make sure Elections Alberta has the resources to do the job that they need to do. But I can't see why a province-wide vote would cost any more than it would cost us to run a general election.
But if the price tag is that high, some believe the province should just call a general election too. Experts can't see that happening.
We have the potential for shovels in the ground for a pipeline in October of 2027 and an election in October 2027. That's the timeline that the government appears to be looking at.
And some don't have a problem with the potential cost, even those that are normally suspicious about government spending.
The ability for Albertans to have their say in a referendum or to recall a politician and hold by-elections, these are essential tools to a grassroots democracy. We'd like to see a lower price tag, but we don't want to see them gone.
Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
Several Alberta First Nations are calling for a treason investigation into Premier Danielle Smith and the UCP over the upcoming referendum. Now, the Assembly of Treaty Chiefs of Treaty 6, 7, and 8 have unanimously passed a resolution calling for an investigation by the RCMP and Auditor General. The group says calling a referendum related to Alberta separation risks Canadian sovereignty and the treaty relationship. It also says the UCP government failed to take action on the violation of privacy rights of millions of people when a voter list was leaked to a separatist group. An Okotoks man charged with possessing and accessing child sexual exploitation materials has been arrested again. 35-year-old Corey Earhart was charged on June 3rd after police seized devices from his home with more than 500,000 explicit images and videos of children. On June 9th, Cochrane RCMP received a complaint that Earhart may have breached his release conditions. Police investigated and yesterday arrested him in High River. Earhart is in custody and is scheduled to appear in court in Cochrane on June 23rd. Two teen boys in Edmonton are accused of using artificial intelligence to make sexualized images of their classmates.
Several students brought forth complaints to a teacher about pictures that had been altered sexually with the use of AI.
Investigators say the 14-year-olds took photos of girls at their school without consent and used photos from social media, then used AI softwares to sexualize the images and shared them. Police say the number of victims is in the double digits. Earlier this year in Calgary, police launched an investigation following similar allegations. An RCMP officer has been charged with uttering threats against Donald Trump during last year's G7 summit in Alberta. The 34-year-old officer from Quebec was overseeing security operations in Kananaskis. Evanson Demerlis is accused of posting a video on Snapchat, making threatening comments toward the U.S. president. RCMP were alerted to the video by another officer. Dani-dollars has been removed from his duties. Recent strong wind seems to be taking a toll on some large trees. Crews were called out to cut up and remove a big tree that fell over on Bowness Road. It blocked the road until workers with chainsaws and chippers were able to clear it away. Danielle joins us from Canmore tonight. And Danielle, looks like another unsettled day tomorrow.
Yes, definitely. You know what? Friday will be beautiful. Lots of sunshine, warmer temperatures back in the 20s, but we have to get through another day before we get there. Now, tomorrow won't be all-day rainfall. We'll have some sunny breaks, likely in the early afternoon, but the morning on and off showers, a good amount of cloud cover, 12 degrees to kick off the day at 8 a.m., and just a high of 16 in the afternoon. There is the risk of late-day showers, even thunderstorms. Also very gusty tomorrow, once again, up to 50 kilometers per hour. That will be out of the north, so it'll be a chillier wind. I'll be back with that full forecast. Midnight tomorrow is the early bird deadline in the Calgary Health Foundation Home Lottery Mountain Edition. You could win the Mercedes G-Wagon Early Bird Prize or take $250,000 cash. Get your tickets before midnight tomorrow at calgarymountainhomelottery.com.
Thanks, Danielle. It was a moment one sister had been waiting a lifetime for. The other, a 60s Scoop survivor, didn't know was coming until a few months ago. The two met for the first time last night in Strathmore after being separated when they were young. Tyler Barrow reports.
This is a day Marie Miller never knew was coming, but one she had always wanted.
Oh my God, look at you. Oh my goodness.
The 71-year-old is embracing her 72-year-old sister, Sally Tripp, the two meeting for the first time.
I can't let go of her. She's not going home. If she's going home, I'm going with her. It's really happening. It's really, that's you.
The sisters were born in Winnipeg and are members of the Peguis First Nation. Tripp seen here shortly after she was born in 1953 with her mother, but she put them both into adoptive care before the girls even turned 2. Their father rescued them, but the authorities only let him keep Tripp. Miller was later taken from her grandmother's hands and placed in foster care. She was part of the 60s Scoop, now counts herself as survivor like other Indigenous children who were forcibly removed from their homes. Miller remembers the unpleasant childhood.
They were not very kind to me growing up at all. They were very standoffish toward me.
Tripp always knew she had a sister and never gave up looking for her.
We are looking for her all over Selkirk and everything, and we looked in all over Manitoba.
Miller lives in Calgary and struggled for years to connect with her birth family via adoption records and papers. It was modern technology that did the trick. DNA testing from Ancestry.ca led her to a cousin.
Told me, she said, "Do you know you have a sister?" I said, "Well, give me her number, please."
On January 17th, the two talked for the first time over the phone for hours, leading to this moment of a lifetime.
I always dreamt of having a sister. To find her after all this time, you know, and you know the sad part is she didn't know she had a family.
The sisters will continue to make up for lost time. On June 28th, a family reunion will be held in Selkirk.
I can't wait. I've got the camper pack.
While there, they will visit their mother's gravesite together. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
Miller has an appointment to get her status card, which Tripp will act as a witness for. A popular site near Banff is getting extra attention right now as people try to find out more about an historic site accidentally uncovered on the beach.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
Calgary police are warning people about traveling crime groups that are targeting neighborhoods across the country, including here in our city. These signs warn people to make sure doors and windows are locked and encourage the use of security systems and lights. Police say 43 break-ins this year share consistencies, accessing homes through backyards between 6 and 8 p.m. and focusing on small, high-value items such as jewelry and cash. 3 vehicles have been linked to these incidents: a Ford Escape, Toyota RAV4, and a Toyota Highlander. Police want to hear from anyone with information about the crimes. In BC, investigators say they've uncovered safety violations at a water park where a dozen children suffered electrical burns. The Cultus Lake Water Park remains closed for investigation after students on a field trip were injured from touching a railing in a lineup for a ride, and they were taken to hospital. In a statement today, Technical Safety BC says it's identified electrical non-compliances at the site. Calgary International Airport is looking ahead to another record year. The airport is projecting 6.1 million travelers will pass through YYC this summer. That's 66,000 people every day. Last year, records were set in July and August with 4 million passengers at the airport over the summer. Popular Canmore hiking trail Grassy Lakes remains closed after a rock slide on the Smith-Dorian Trail. A portion of the gravel road leading out of Canmore has been closed because of the slope stability concerns. And the province says it's working to secure a contractor for the repairs. In the meantime, people can access Highway 742 through Peter Lougheed Provincial Park. Lake Minnewanka boasts stunning views, but it's something found underground, unearthed by accident, that has people talking. Moses Waldo reports.
Amid the scenic backdrop, the shore on Lake Minnewanka has unearthed a glimpse into its past. Last month, Parks Canada responded to the ground collapsing by the beach area. The cause, according to Parks Canada, is a failure of a roof of an unknown underground structure. They say possibly dates back before the 1950s or 60s. Parks will now proceed to stabilize and restore the site using environmental and safety protocols. But what's exposed is untreated wood, including log walls and rough-cut planks. Historians at the White Museum say they've seen discoveries such as trapper cabins in the park, but nothing like this.
Such a fabulous snapshot in time.
While there are no photos specifically detailing what the structure on the shore of Lake Minnewanka is, Kate Reardon has her thoughts.
The fact that they had a local quarry there, we like to think that this was just like a sub-basement of something that was raked over with building material after construction cut. But we think it's a really cool find.
Those we spoke to in nearby Banff are also intrigued by the findings.
Definitely got goosebumps right now thinking about that. You know, there's so much energy in the mountains here.
If we could go see it, that'd be sweet. Do you think we could open a dive shop or something and do some tours?
There were some visitors trying to get a peek while staying behind the caution tape. The area is partially fenced off, with more fencing being put up further along the trails. In the meantime, people are asked to stay clear of the area. Moses Wildu, CTV News, Banff.
Well, it's been another wet and windy day, and we could have more of that tomorrow. Danielle has the details coming up.
All right, well, today definitely on the cooler side, still on the windy side, and the wind and cooler weather will continue in through tomorrow as well. Let's first look at the temperatures that we had today, and basically when you look at the daytime highs, all of southern Alberta just in those high teens. Similar thing for tomorrow, still winds gusting out of the north up to 50 kilometers per hour in the city, so that's a cooler wind out of the north once again. This is the instability earlier today. Same idea for tomorrow. So showers, a lot of cloud cover throughout the morning hours. Then it looks like it'll break up a bit in the afternoon, get a little bit of sunshine, and then closer to those supper hours, we have the showers and the risk of thunderstorms returning once again. So it's another unstable one. It's another cooler one, but things really shape up by Friday, as you can see right here. Friday, all sunshine, and temperatures will creep into the 20s, if only for a day, for these next 5 days, as you can see. 16 degrees as our daytime high for tomorrow, so even a little cooler for tomorrow in comparison to today. But then a nice 22 for Friday, mainly sunny skies. As we head into Father's Day weekend, things cool down once again, and they will be unsettled once again as well. We could pick up a couple millimeters of rain on Saturday and on Sunday. It won't be all day rain for each of these days, but it will be on and off showers possible. Even in the morning hours, you could run into a couple raindrops. Later on the day on Saturday, risk of thunderstorms as well. And then we have the chance of isolated showers Sunday through those supper hours as well. Midnight tomorrow is the early bird deadline in the Calgary Health Foundation Home Lottery Mountain Edition. You could win the Mercedes G-Wagon Early Bird Prize or take $250,000 cash. Get your tickets before midnight tomorrow at calgarymountainhomelottery.com.
Thanks, Danielle. 3 athletes have gotten the Canadian seal of approval. Why the country wanted to highlight their stories in sport and beyond with postage stamps. Canada plays its second World Cup match tomorrow against Qatar. The team practiced in Vancouver this afternoon, and so far there's no word on whether Captain Alphonso Davies will be able to play. Now today, Canada Post unveiled 3 news stamps featuring Indigenous sports leaders and recognizing achievements that extend beyond the field of play. Kevin Green explains.
Canada Post's 3 latest stamps honor hockey great Brian Trottier, Northern Games advocate Edward Lenny, and multisport athlete Chief Wilton Littlechild. For Littlechild, the recognition is deeply personal. He says stamps remind him of the letters that were often the only connection he had with his family during years of forced separation through residential schools.
And in that stamped envelope was the love that I needed to carry on. So it's there's a special connection there.
Littlechild, who went on to become a lawyer and a member of Parliament, says sport gave him a path forward while growing up in institutions and inspired his work with young people.
I've said many times in public, and I will repeat, that sports saved my life.
Edward Lenny, known as the father of the Northern Games, helped preserve traditional Arctic sports and bring them to a national and international stage. His son says that work began at home in the north.
In our kitchen room floor, where we started, where he brought the games back to life. They were disappearing. He brought them back to life.
The third stamp features 6-time Stanley Cup winner Brian Trottier, a Métis from Saskatchewan who says his parents fostered a love of sport, which he hopes to carry on.
To pursue something with our whole heart and hopefully inspire the next generation of student athlete to pursue their dreams with their whole heart.
Canada Post says stamps are intended to highlight our nation's stories.
A stamp, although small from a scale perspective, is a reminder to all Canadians that we, as Canadians, have a lot of personal, shared stories and experiences.
The stamps announced Wednesday are the 5th in a series launched in 2022 to recognize Indigenous leaders in Canada. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
And the stamps are available online and at select postal outlets across Canada. Thanks for staying up late with us.